like to give you a full guide of the game Sniper Ghost Warrior contracts. After watching this video, you should have no problem whatsoever to navigate yourself throughout the game. Here, I will mostly discuss everything you see on the dashboard when you start the game. I'll discuss the contracts, the tokens, the skills, guns, gadgets, the development tree, and what to use and when to use the best guns and the best way to get the most out of this game. So first, when you open the game or start the game, you will see the map. In this map, you will see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 contracts, but the first one is not a contract. The first one is just mostly a guide for you to go through all the weapons and melee, the types of ammo you can get and all that. Just getting accustomed with the weapons in the game, nothing else. After that, you start all these contracts, so there are a total of 5 contracts, and each contract, when you click on it, you will see they have number of contracts within the game, within that mission, and each mission is gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 subcontracts within the mission, 5 or 6 mostly. And as you progress through all these contracts, each of these circles that symbolizes each of the missions or each of the contracts within the mission will get blocked. So you see this one, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 contracts, and out of that I've only done 1 contract, so that's why this is red, and these are still open, so I haven't finished them yet. And depending on how many of the contracts and challenges and collectibles or bounties you achieve or get done, it shows you how much percentage of that mission you have accomplished. So let's get within each of these missions. So there's mostly gonna be 2 types of missions. One is gonna be in ice, cold, or snow regions, and the other ones are gonna be in, I don't know, forest or tundra region. So it's mostly a variation of 2 types of terrains throughout the game. So and it's all happening in northern Russia or Siberia or somewhere around there. So the first mission, it's happening at nighttime in an ice-cold region. The second one is also in an ice-cold region, but daytime, like morning time-ish. The third one is happening towards the evening inside a forest. Then again, it's happening in an ice-cold region during the daytime. And then once again, it's happening during the daytime inside a forest or a hill region and a forest region. Now each mission is going to have a couple of contracts, and then it's also going to have a couple of challenges. Say for example, you can, as you go through these challenges, after you finish each of these challenges, you will get this money right into your account. And also there's gonna be 2 bounties and 5 or 6 collectibles in each and every mission. But for the first time when you try the mission, you're not gonna get both the bounties. They're gonna appear when you are within a certain region. And for the first time, it's only gonna unlock the first bounty. And next time, after you have finished the mission for the first time, when you play the mission once again, you're gonna see the second bounty. And in the third time, when you have completed the mission twice, in the third time you're gonna see both the bounties at the same time. Now once you start completing all these contracts, you get this money on the top, and also you get tokens. So these are kill tokens, and these are challenge tokens. When you finish each and every challenge, you get the money and also get the challenge tokens. Now these kill tokens and challenge tokens will help you get or buy a lot of skills, and also buy a lot of guns and gadgets, and also gun attachments towards the end of the game. And some skills and some guns can be unlocked just using money. Some of the gun attachments can be unlocked using these collectible tokens, which you see on the top. It has a lock sign. So that means I have collected 7 items, which could be either a bounty or could be one of these collectibles out there. Oh no, it's only the collectibles. Bounties only give you money and mission completion. Now let's move towards the contract details. So as you finish each and every challenge or contract, if you go on your map by hitting M, you will see how many challenges you have completed at any given point and how many contracts you have completed at any given point. Before you start the game, you have to go to the loadout tab. You cannot get to the loadout tab once you're inside the mission. Once you are done with the mission, then only you can get to the loadout tab and change a weapon. Once you choose a weapon for that mission, it's going to be with you throughout the mission and you cannot change it. So as you can see here, there's a primary weapon, there's a secondary weapon, which I don't think is gonna come in handy unless you have a DLC. Then there's gonna be a sidearm. You're mostly gonna be using a sidearm and primary weapon unless you have a DLC weapon with you, because all the other weapons that are secondary does not have a silencer. So unless you want to play the whole game in an assault mode and not using your sniper, there's no point of using the secondary weapon. And then you have all these gadget slots. You have 6 gadget slots. You can unlock them using your development and skill tree. We're going to come back to this soldier tab, but let's move to the development tab, because I believe this is where your whole strategy of how to actually achieve all these contracts is going to come into play. So you see there are 4 tabs, 4 sections under this development. You can develop your mask, which is a rather very smart mask. Within each of these tabs, you also usually have 3 or 2 tabs which you can develop. Each one is going to tell you in the bottom how much you need or what you need to actually unlock it. So if you're on this one, you see on the bottom here, it says 35,000 cents or money. And now you're going to see that on this skill tree, there are at certain points there are nodes. In certain nodes there are branches. Now the problem with this branching is, as you unlock each and every branch, you can move forward to the next node. But at any given point, you can only use one branch from one node. So if you are using this node, let's go to another one. So for example, if you're using this node, then for that mission, you won't be able to use or utilize this very node. This one is the only one that you can use. And then you can move on and you can use this one, which is a different node or on a different node. Now these two are connected, but these are not connected that way. So you can use this one from this node, and from the next node you can use either of these nodes. And then once you unlock these, any of these, you can move on to the next node, and you can unlock any of these. At any given point from each node, you can only use one of the branches under your skill tree. This is going to be marksman, so I'll show you which ones are the ones you should unlock first. So this one, you're going to need it because you're going to be running in the game a lot, so I highly recommend this one. This one also I highly recommend because you're going to be using sniper a lot rather than a pistol or a sidearm. This one, you're not going to probably use that much. This one, I highly recommend using the special ammo holster, because then you get the special ammo slot, which helps a lot in different missions. In the next one, these are not that important. It's mostly got to do with stealth or camouflage. So when you start the game, I highly recommend starting with these two. Then going on to mask, I highly recommend this one. This one is really important. So you know, to unlock this one, you have to unlock this one. So I highly suggest starting with this very branch, or this very skill tree branch. So you get this one, and you get this one, and you get this one. These are extremely important for every mission in this game. This is also very important because it increases the range of your mask, so it auto tags. Amongst these two, I highly recommend using this one because this one you're not going to be using that much. So as you can see, under the mask, under the gadgets, I don't really think you're going to be needing that much except for the turret, but the number of bullets in your turret are limited, so you have to use it smartly, I'd say. So within the whole turret tree, this is the most important, and this is the most important because it has a silencer, and in order to unlock these two, you have to unlock this one. So under this very tab, I highly recommend going with this one. And then under drone, I highly recommend using this one because it will help you kind of hack into various camera systems and bring them down instead of shooting them from top, even though you can't see it. The drone is going to be your number one gadget at all times, in my opinion. You can also tag enemies, and you can also attract enemies with it, but I highly recommend using this one from this node, this branch, and this branch, which is where you can use an EMP pulse to actually fry all the electronic gadgets or cameras. Amongst these two, you can use anyone you see fit. Even this one, not that very important, but these two are very important. And over here, this one and this one is very important. Over here, you don't really need any of these as much, but this very skill tree is extremely important because this is going to come in handy because there are lots of heavy armored enemies that you sometimes, unless you're using a heavy sniper rifle, it's very hard to kill. So it's better to get close to them and kill them, melee them from the back. So in order to unlock this one, you're going to need this one, which is a double kill or chain kill, and then I highly recommend using this one because otherwise you're going to be spending a lot of time and energy in looting people. So when you kill someone from the back using a melee, this one will automatically just loot that person or loot that enemy, so you don't need to spend more time on looting. So this is a highly important once again. So in my opinion, this is really important. These two are important, these two are important, these two are important, and this one is important, and under here, this one is important. These would be my recommendations. After that, you can unlock any of the other ones, I'd say. Now, let's give you a rundown of all the other secondary important ones. This one is going to be important from the second mission onward because you can then get close to turrets and disable them with your hand. This one, you can get it or not, but this is mostly like you're going to be needing the zoom, but not that much. Over here you're mostly going to be needing this one. Amongst these two, I highly recommend getting this one. Over here you see all the ones that are important. Over here I highly recommend for the forest maps using this one and this one before starting the game or starting the mission, and before starting each of the snow missions or ice missions using this one, which is gonna be for the snow missions. So the moment you just click on this, it auto selects this one, because these two are for the ice or snow missions and these two are for the forest missions, and they both unlock once you unlock this node. Over here I highly recommend using this one because it unlocks the gadget. You're not going to be needing too many of these gadgets since you're going to be using the sniper a lot. This one is going to be extremely important because there are lots of hills, and this one is also going to be important, and this one is going to be the best stealth option if you're trying to do a lot of melee kills, because you can run and sprint without making any noise. Where I already discussed, these three are the most important, these two are important. This one you can use it, but my suggestion would be that this one doesn't come in handy that much because you're going to be using your mask to tag enemies. Gadgets here, this one, adrenaline, you can use it to run faster for a second or generate health when you're falling down, because there's a lot of fall damage in several places throughout the missions. This is probably one of the least important ones unless you're just using it just for fun. So now that we have taken care of all these, we have gone through all these development trees. As you can see, each of these are going to need a couple of challenge tokens, so that's why making the challenges or doing the challenges is extremely important. Almost all of them are going to need challenge tokens. They don't need collectibles or kill tokens. As you can see, all of them are 0. Moving on to journal, you're going to see all the contract targets once you unlock that mission over here. Gives you a description. The collectibles, as you collect them, you can see it here. You can read them if you want. This one doesn't, it's for nothing at all. The tutorials, you can go through them, but once you go through each of these missions, the game actually tells you what's what anyways, but feel free to just go through them as before you start the game. It's going to be unlocked before each and every mission. Now coming back to the main tab before you start any game, I'm going to go through all the gadgets first, then the sidearm and the secondary sidearm. So if you click on it, you're going to see that most of these are going to need, mostly they're going to need money. They don't really need any of the other tokens. Out of these, I highly recommend getting the EMP grenade if you really want to use it, but if you have a gun that has an EMP bullet, then you're probably not going to need it, but EMP bullet still is going to make some sound. This one doesn't make that much sound, but this one has smaller range because you have to get close. You're never going to use this one or this one. You can use this one in the last mission, but other than that, I have a gameplay that shows how to use it, but other than that, you're not going to need it. This one is going to be very loud. All of these are loud except for the EMP grenade. The gas grenade doesn't work at all, so I highly recommend not using it. This one, very loud and never used it. Warning device, sometimes I use it, but sometimes there's a lot of glitches and it doesn't work. Smoke grenade, I've never used it. The dragonfly drone is probably your number one choice of gadgets. Second one being this turret. Then you can also use the gas mine if you really are using gas mine, but sometimes it doesn't work. Throwing knife for melee kills, but sometimes if they are on high alert, it doesn't work. The decoy trap can be helpful if you upgrade it. Flash grenade is going to be, you're going to be needing it for completing a certain challenge where you have to flash enemies or blind enemies. Medkit, I've never used it. Frag grenade, I've never used it. So I'd say decoy, knife, gas mine, the turret, and dragonfly. The drone being the number one, and the second choice being the turret. But they're going to be really pricey, so you have to complete a lot of challenges and contracts to be able to buy this. Now moving on to the sidearm, I'd say the one I've chosen here is going to be your number one choice. Once you right click on it, you get to see like what are your choices. So you're gonna need this one because the iron sight is not that good. Always go with the silencer one. You see this one, all the stats are a bit low. This one also a bit low. So my preferred choice would be this one. But this is a DLC, mind you. This one is really low. This one is not a DLC. So this one, from amongst the ones you get to buy, other than if you don't have a DLC, this is going to be one of your top handguns because of the stability and the noise reduction, and damage is almost same as the DLC one. This one is also going to be a really high-end one, but it's rather cheap, and the range is really low compared to this one. But otherwise, if you're getting really close quarters, this is going to be one of your top guns from amongst the ones that's not in the DLC. So amongst the DLC, this is your top choice in my opinion. Amongst the non-DLC ones, this is going to be one of your top choices. Your second choice being this one if you're really using it long range. As you can see, the range is really high for this one. This one, the range is low. Other than that, these guns I've never used it because it doesn't have good stats in my opinion. This one, a lot of them don't really come with silencer as well. This one doesn't come with a silencer. This one doesn't come with a silencer. So until you actually buy it, it doesn't say if you can use a silencer or not. That's another problem with the game. This one is a DLC as well, I think. This one is not a DLC. It doesn't have a silencer. This one has a silencer, but I don't think the stats are not that good. This one, once again, doesn't have a silencer at all, but the damage is really high, but it's really high noise. This one is also good, but all the other stats are really, really bad in my opinion. So I'd recommend if you have a DLC, this is your first choice. If you don't have a DLC, your first choice should be Rotwell or Gus. Now going back to secondary weapon. If you don't have DLC, there's no point of using any of the other guns because they never have a silencer. So I'd recommend not to spend any money buying any of these guns because they don't really have any silencer. Now if you have a DLC, this is going to be your all-rounder best option to go with. This is a crossbow. It's got the highest damage, high noise reduction because it's noiseless. The ammo capacity is really low, and the firing rate is really low, in my opinion. Now, compared to that one, the only other choice would be this one, or this one if you're really using a bow and arrow. But the bow and arrow for this one is going to be, and the problem with this guy is going to be, if you click on it, you're going to see you're going to need a lot of these attachments to make it as good as the crossbow. So I'm using all these attachments to make it as good as the crossbow. If you're not using a crossbow or a bow and arrow, in my opinion, the best gun you can get in DLC is this one because it's got a silencer. It's the only secondary gun that has got a silencer, as you can see here. Now, when it comes to the snipers, unless you actually buy the gun, you can't see what kind of bullets, what kind of special bullets it can get. In my opinion, if you don't have DLC, the best gun you can get would be the Storm Precision, or the tactical, not this one, this one. This is going to be the most versatile light sniper rifle. So there's two types of sniper rifle. One sniper rifle is going to use regular sniper rifle bullet, which cannot kill the heavy enemies. But if you're getting a really heavy sniper rifle, as you can see this one, you can see the damage is really high. So these are going to be using heavy sniper rifle, which can kill the heavy enemies by headshot. So if you're not using a DLC, some of your top guns would be the Strum Precision or the Source T50. I prefer the Source T50 because it's got heavy sniper rifle, and it's got, since it's a heavy sniper rifle, you don't really need the armor piercing one. You got the luring one. You're never going to use the explosive one as well because it's just not for stealth. But apart from that, I highly recommend using this one. It's got the heavy sniper rifle, it's got the tagging bullet, and the only thing missing is the EMP one, because that's the best combo you can get, which is the heavy sniper rifle, the tagging bullet, and the EMP bullet. That's all you're going to need throughout the game, because once you have the heavy sniper rifle, you don't really need the armor piercing. So you're going to need the tagging bullet to tag people easy for enemies that are out of range, and then you get the EMP ones to disable all the turrets and the cameras and everything. This one, which is also a non-DLC one, it's got the regular sniper bullet, it's got the EMP and tagging bullet. So the only problem with this one is that the regular bullet is not going to kill the heavy armored enemies. So you're going to need 2 of these bullets, and by the time you get to the second bullet or load the second bullet, all the other enemies can be alerted. And the alerting is very fast depending on what kind of difficulty level you're using it for. So this is going to be your most versatile gun unless you want to actually kill the heavy enemies. If you want to kill the heavy enemies, your best gun would be, overall, including a DLC, if you're talking about a DLC, the best gun in the whole game is the 8J 7.62. As you can see here, it's got the heavy sniper rifle, it's got the EMP bullet, and it's got the tagging bullet. And I highly recommend getting this one, this very scope, because it's got way more ranges and options to choose from. Definitely get this one, definitely get a silencer. All the other guns are kind of useless. This is the only gun that has all the special sniper bullets, but you see, it's got, but the problem is it doesn't have a suppressor or a silencer. Oh no, this is not the gun that has all these special bullets. It's going to be, B95 Chris. This is the only gun that has all the special bullets you can get. You see armor piercing, EMP, tagging, explosive, luring bullet, and DARPA. DARPA, you'd probably never use it unless you don't want to spend too much time with adjusting your range and adjusting the wind and everything. But apart from that, this is the only one that has all the special bullets, but it doesn't have a silencer. So in my opinion, the best gun you can get if you have a DLC is 8J7.62, and the very second best one to this one would be PR-15 Hera. As you can see here, it's got the heavy sniper rifle and tagging one. It doesn't have an EMP one. That's the only problem it has. And it's also a bit loud in my opinion. So overall, I'd suggest, if you don't have a DLC, I'd go with Reese, this one. Or Strum Precision, or Tactical XCR 700. But if you do have DLC, get this gun by any means possible. This is going to be your best option, in my opinion. Now, in terms of each gun, I always go with the camos. That kind of helps me get stealth and get completely camouflaged in the terrain or in the map that I'm using. So if it's a forest map, I'd probably go with this one, this one, this one, or this one, or this one, or this one, or this one, this one, or this one, or this one. Some of these are DLCs, so all the national flags that you see, and these guys are DLC. All these national flags are DLC. This is where your main non-DLC skins start. Now, if you're playing in a snow map, I highly recommend this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. You can also use this one, but I don't really use it that much. This one also, I don't really use it that much. This one also, I don't really use it that much, but you can use it as well for the snow maps. So I believe that should cover everything you need to know before you start playing this game, so that you get the most of it and you're not spending too much time doing the wrong things and spending too much resources or tokens or money on the wrong stuff. And I hope that helps you play the game better. Thank you. Thank you for your time.